For us to have a conversation tonight, we are talking about the political realignments happening in the country. And of course, this is just about what you would say 6 months after the last general election we had, that is in August of 2022. I'm joined by the Honorable Joshua Mbithi, the Member of Parliament for Masinga. He's actually an independent Member of Parliament. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Yes.
Absolutely. First of all, tell us, I'm sure you're looking at the political realignments happening. What do you make of this visit by ODM MPs yesterday, your colleagues, to State House yesterday to see Dr. William Ruto, the President, and then today, 30 Jubilee members of Parliament heading there for the same?
Yeah, thank you very much for hosting me this evening.
You're welcome.
I am delighted that the realignment is going on because I did the same realignment when I was elected as an independent member. Last time I was a Wiper member, but this time I have been elected as an independent member. And when I was elected, I joined the winning team, that is Kenya Kwanza. So I am aligned to Kenya Kwanza together with our independent members. We are 12 of us, and we support the government of the day. And I can see that, you know, being a winner, you need to bring everybody on board. So the president has realized that even those who are not on his side needs to be on his side. And that is what all of us are doing. Even us now in Ukambani, that is in Lower Eastern, we are doing realignment. Soon we are going to see the president ourselves. The leaders that are not in Asimio and are there in the periphery, we are going to take them to the State House, have a discussion with the president, and we shall all marshal them to support the government of the day.
Help me understand, probably,
Yes.
from where you sit, being elected as an independent member of Parliament,
Yes.
supports Kenya Kwanza, and probably this is the same steps that your colleagues are following by trooping to President Ruto's State House. Question being, what informs a member of Parliament like you,
Yes.
elected on an independent ticket, another elected on an opposition ticket,
Yes.
to want to work with government?
Good. For 5 years, since 2017, when I was elected for my first time in Masinga constituency, we were in opposition. And for 5 years, we did not benefit. The government projects were being shared among the leaders who were in the government.
But your leader then was still in the handshake. That is Kalonzo Musyoka.
No. He came very late in the handshake.
Okay.
Came very late. Them that went first took the lion's share. If you go to Kisumu now, there is a lot of development. A ship was built there. A jetty was built. I went there the other day. I found there are also over, like expressway, over bridges. And the roads are so well done because the handshake leaned towards there. I cannot complain that we did not get anything in the Lower Eastern. Some of the parts got some developments, at least from Kibwezi to Mwingi to Kitui, the road was tarmacked. So that is a plus for us. But not as much as the real handshake, which was between President Uhuru and Prime Minister.
So members of Parliament now are looking for
members of Parliament are actually realigning themselves because we need development in our constituencies. And how do you go and start speaking to the government and yet you don't support the government? You cannot expect me to go to the rally in Kamukunji or in Kibera or in Uruma, and then the next day I go and tell the president that I need a road to be tarmacked from Kangonde to Masinga in my constituency. Will he listen to me? And yesterday I was fighting him. So we need to find a solution of working in harmony with the president of the country.
Let me understand this, for example, and probably from where you sit as a leader, you have a different perspective.
Yes.
Because of those who argue government programs are meant to be implemented across board, and the president himself has said there will be no segregation of leaders, irrespective of how you voted. Development will come to you either way. Why do you need to troop to government if you are elected as an independent member?
Speaking is not doing.
Okay.
You can be told that we shall treat you equally, but all people are not equal. Some are more equal than the others. So what we need to do is that this country is ours. We need to develop it ourselves. But it will be more better. The person who is the driver of the bus, you are safe when you are inside the bus and the driver is there looking at you. But not when you are outside. You are not being carried by this bus. So the same way, a politician wants to be safe. If I tarmac 2 roads in my constituency, I will have a plus. My people will see that the government has helped me. Right? If I don't do any of those in 5 years, I will have wasted the people's votes that voted for me, and they have put me twice in parliament, of which they had a lot of faith. So I need to do more than only the bursary that I take to them. I need to do more than NGCDF, which I build small classes here and there. I want to do massive. I want to do a dam, especially now, it's very dry. The cows have died. People have nowhere. You have seen there you have seen when you are projecting the news that Kiambu, the water is drying. So if I can do 5 dams in my constituency,
helped by the president,
I'll be a darling of the people.
Tell me something, because the Constitution espouses a situation where the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary are completely independent of each other. Of course, there's a mutual relationship that is almost seeming as symbiotic. There are those who would argue this conglomeration of members of parliament around the president is in itself parliamentary capture.
Is not a parliamentary capture.
Okay.
There is nothing like you are being captured as a member. It's you are will. You are willing. You can see, for example, where are we going with the rallies? What benefits are we benefiting? Isn't it? Can you do a rally and get a dam done in your constituency because you have made a lot of noise in the rallies? You cannot. So members of parliament are very clever people, very learned people. You must think and decide, where am I benefiting? Right? So there is nothing like a capture. There is nothing like a state capture. The judiciary, the legislature, and the executive they cooperate together because none can work without the other one. All of us, we work as a team. But more so, a member of parliament needs to be closer to the powers that may be, so that when others are benefiting, you are among themselves. So soon and very soon, we are going to do a revolution in Ukambani. We are going to rally behind the president because we don't want our people to stay in the court for 10 years. I can tell you for free, if they were unable to defeat the president when he was outside, they cannot do it when he is now the president of the country. It is 10 years, and therefore we don't want to have our people outside in the cold for another 10 years.
Quite an interesting one. Tell me something, because you're talking about a revolution in Ukambani. You have had a kingpin for quite some time, and that is in the person of Kalonzo Musyoka. I think the president has tried to woo him into government. He still resists, and he's well within his right. And with Raila Odinga in the rallies, the pressure rallies that are being held. I'm wondering, for a member of parliament like yourself, of course elected on an independent ticket,
yes,
but vying in his backyard, where does that put you, of course, when rubber has to meet the road?
When I say a revolution, there are so many people that needs direction who have not been given direction. Here is a community that has been in the cold for as long as I know. We have never been in government. We were only in the government when the leader of Wiper was a vice president. That's the nearest we went. But since then, we have been in the cold. So, by revolution, I mean, we are going to rally the masses and educate them and do a public awareness that for sure we are not doing well. We need to tell our people where we are heading, we are not heading in the right direction. So we need to tell them we need to come together and reason together, come to the government, work with the President Samuel William Ruto, so that our issues can be tackled as easy as possible. You can see the goodies that he has been going with in Rift Valley, in the Central. We need the same goodies in Lower Eastern.
You know, Mheshimiwa, of course, again, within your right to associate yourself with any political formation.
Yes.
Budget making is a parliamentary process. You even have the chair, Budgets and Appropriations Committee.
Yes.
And if budget then emanates from Parliament, it means then what President Ruto is implementing much largely comes from what has been budgeted for in Parliament. Why can't you be able to push for that in the Assembly?
You see, budget is made in Parliament.
Yeah.
But whose agenda is it? Which agenda do you want to finance? It's not your own agenda as a member of Parliament. It is a government agenda. Who is the government? Who is the executive? Okay? He is the owner of this country, and he needs to drive his agenda through. So the ministries must follow his agenda. Like now, Kenya Kwanza is implementing his manifesto, right? So the budget must lead towards Kenya Kwanza manifesto, so that the things that the president promised Kenyans when he was campaigning have to be fulfilled. Before the 5 years, we shall be looking at his scorecard. What have you done? What did you promise? Have you been able to fulfill all this? How does he do it? Is that through the legislation whereby we give him the money to do the work. By doing the work, you don't put money in your constituency. No, you put the money in the ministries. And the ministries are the ones that implement what is to be done in the constituencies.
All right.
And you see, you have to be close to you know power. Power is not very easy. You need even to befriend the PS, the CS, the president, so that when you reach in his office, he has your ears.
All right.
Right.
It's kind of interesting. And as we wind up very quickly, your colleagues, you're an independent member of Parliament, so obviously nothing much trouble for you.
No, nothing. Nobody.
Your colleagues, probably from ODM, have had their party actually say that they went to State House without the sanctioning of the party. And I think there's disciplinary action coming for them. So has Jubilee indicated. Obviously, very uncomfortable with that visit by the 30 members of Parliament. I don't know what your advice would be to your colleagues who probably would be pursued in the next coming week.
Which colleagues now? I'm independent.
Now I'm talking about your colleagues in Jubilee and in ODM.
No, members of Parliament are elected by the electorates in the constituency. They are independent in their minds. So whichever decision they make they make for their own good. And also, it is 5 years to go, right? You can be a bad boy today, and within the 4 years, you are a good boy to your party, isn't it?
So you're telling the party to leave them?
Yes. But also, if you benefit from the government, you can also switch. You can switch to the party of the president. You never know, because people have suffered, especially the Nyanza has suffered for many years, and they can see the pitch and they can see maybe they are not going anywhere. They can see there's nothing. They are following nothing. You get the point? So they must follow something tangible which can bring development in their own area. The same way with the Jubilee. The Jubilee now, their party is the ex-president, isn't it? So now what powers does he have now? You see? So you need to align yourself where there is power and where you can benefit.
But Mbithi, I don't know if we were to go that way.
Yes.
By allowing members of parliament, once they're elected, to do whatever they wish as long as they think it is in the interest of their constituents.
Yes.
I don't know what that would mean for political hygiene in this country, because that's why we have the Political Parties Act.
You know, political parties belong to people. They have the owners. They are actually limited companies where the owners earn from, right? So for how long will you be paying? How long will you keep on being someone's employee? You can also become an employer.
In 1 minute.
First of all, I would like to say hi to my constituency, Masinga constituency. We have now been able to get some money to give bursaries to the school-going students. We have started writing the checks, and we are soon going to issue them so that the secondaries can benefit. The university will have to wait a bit because all that we have gotten is for secondary schools. And what I would like to tell all parents is to take their children to school while waiting for the bursaries. Don't wait for the bursary alone so that you can take your child to school. Take your child to school as you wait for the bursary to come so that we can help each other as we continue to educate them. The other thing is that there is a lot of famine in my constituency. I would wish the well-wishers can donate some food to me so that I can give my constituency members so that we can fight this famine together with the well-wishers.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Joshua Mbithi, the Member of Parliament for Masinga in Machakos County, talking to us about political realignments. And he says, you know what? Political parties is an enterprise that is being funded. Is it so? We shall see in the coming days. This is where we put a cap on Prime Edition. Thank you very much for watching. Up next is The Rave. Have yourself a good night. God bless.